I'm Blaine Bishop.
And I'm Gavin Fair.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Standing for a moment of silence.
Now it's time for DETV.
Right now?
Coming up on today's show, our sports team helped the environment in a controversial manner.
And we look at a volcano explosion that threatens millions.
And of course, we'll be looking at a moment in history that'll make you want to fly. Hello, Desert Edge. Today is Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. I'm Jacob Patterson.
And I'm Danielle Morales. Welcome to DTV, the voice of Desert Edge High School.
We have a great show lined up for today. We are continuing our literary theme this week with our question of the day.
Those who love books will also love this question.
Today's question is, what is the most read book of all time? And that's a tough one. I'll be thinking about it during the show.
We will have the answer at the end of the show.
Now let's move on to today's announcements. Yesterday, our cross-country team went paddleboarding and picked up trash on the Salt River. They had a great time and even got some wild horses. If any student is interested in doing this, well, please contact Wild Horse Paddleboards.
Banned Books Week continues. Each day this week, trivia questions are emailed to students. Students who answer the question correctly on a Google form before 3 p.m. that day are entered into a drawing, with winners to be announced on Friday.
Now it's time to get updated on what's been going on in the world.
Our news anchor Sergio Vasquez has been checking the news feeds for the latest stories. What have you found, Sergio?
Thanks, guys. Today I've been doing my best to find the latest national and international stories. Today we have North Korean nuclear missiles being tested and an active volcano spewing lava on the world news docket. Let's get started. North Korea has launched what's believed to be a short-range ballistic missile. The missile landed off the east coast of the Korean peninsula. It was fired around 6:40 a.m. local time on Tuesday. According to South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff, South Korea's defense military calls the missile launch regrettable. Japanese state media reported the projectile appears to have landed outside Japan's exclusive economic zone. The Cumbre Vieja volcano in the Canary Islands keeps spewing ash and lava, and it's entered a dangerous new stage. Residents on the east shore of La Palma were ordered into lockdown on Monday as lava nears the ocean. Experts warn that when the lava hits the Atlantic, it could be explosive, triggering enough force to shatter windows. On top of that, it can launch plumes of toxic smoke. That's all for today. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Sergio. I wouldn't want to be on that island. I'd rather go somewhere in the Caribbean.
And our resident historian Blaine has more on that. What do you have, Blaine?
Thanks, guys. Today we talk about traveling. Mainly the traveling the Cubans were allowed to have in 1965 due to Fidel Castro allowing them to leave the island for the first time after 6 years. It was closed under his control. This would allow the Cubans to enter the U.S. for the first time in forever. That's all on my airline. Back to you.
Thanks, Blaine.
Well, you've had some time to think about today's question of the day. The question was, what is the most read book of all time?
And the answer is the Bible. In the last 50 years, it's sold 3.9 billion copies, blasting away the competition. The runner-up only sold 820 million copies.
Thanks, guys. Well, we're not going to get any rain on our Bibles today. But up in Flagstaff, we have the low of 44 with the high of 62. Down in Tucson, we have the low of 65 with the high of 87. Over in the capital, we have Phoenix with the low of 71 today with the high of 90. And ending off the state map, we have Yuma with the low of 69 with the high of 98. Over today, we have the low of 68 with the high of 90, and for the rest of the week, we'll stay in the mid-60s for the low, with the highs being in the 80s to 90s. That's all for me. Now back to you.
That does it for today.
Remember, you can send us requests, suggestions, story ideas, and announcements to DETV2012@gmail.com.
Until next time, I'm Jacob Patterson.
And I'm Danielle Morales. Have a great day, Scorpions.